I didn't expect the most significant talk with my dad to start right at his entrance. My two children had spent the afternoon assisting me in preparing my mom's preferred vanilla cake. It tilted a bit to one side, the icing wasn't completely even, and the writing appeared as though it came from excited 6-year-olds, which honestly it did. To me, that made it ideal. As I arrived at the front steps, carefully holding the cake container, my dad opened the door prior to any knock. He looked at the cake, then at me. "Don't turn this into something about yourself." His tone wasn't furious. It was soft, almost prepared for a moment. I pondered what he had pictured me intending. A speech? Some theatrical arrival? I had no clue. I just agreed I won't. I set the cake on the entry table, embraced my mom, offered her birthday wishes, smiled at several relatives, and returned to my vehicle. No details, no dispute, only quiet. 15 minutes afterward, while driving back, my phone vibrated. My sibling, "Why did the bank reject mom's card?" I stopped in a lot before answering. She said not to make it about me, so I didn't. Three dots showed, vanished, showed once more, then silence. People thought I managed finances because of my work in that field. That wasn't entirely accurate. I managed processes. Years before, once my parents stopped working, my mom confessed that online banking confused her. Codes, notifications, regular payments, fraud warnings. It all seemed complicated, so I assisted. With their approval, I became the secondary contact on multiple accounts. I arranged moves between checking and savings. I watched for odd activity. I handled insurance renewals. I maintained a list of regular costs. When one account got low before pension funds arrived, I shifted money from another account they held. Nothing hidden, nothing improper, just structure. Gradually, everyone ceased noticing. Bills stayed settled, cards functioned, renewals occurred. Like power, the process turned unseen because it seldom broke. After my dad's remark, I understood something. If my part wasn't meant to count today, then neither should the effort linked to it. On the way home, I accessed the accounts I oversaw. I didn't shift anyone's funds, I didn't stop anything. I merely took myself out of the automation I alone kept running. The regular transfer that typically moved money into my mom's spending account stayed unarranged. The alert system no longer messaged me. I deleted my number as the secondary contact. Everything remained precisely where it should. The duty simply went back to its holders. Apparently, the meal had already been requested when my mom's debit card failed. The server attempted once more, still failed. My sibling thought the machine was faulty. My dad faulted the bank. Someone laughed about tech. Only afterward did they learn the spending account hadn't gotten its normal transfer. For the first time in years, everyone realized a transfer had existed at all. 2 hours afterward, someone tapped on my door. My dad stood there still in the same coat. He wasn't yelling, but he seemed worn out. What was that meant to show? I moved aside. "Come inside." The children were in the kitchen cleaning mixing bowls. Half the leftover birthday items still rested on my table. My dad glanced around quietly. I started my computer. "I want to display something." First appeared the list, then the schedule alerts. Insurance dates, subscription times, account amounts, recovery notes, fraud notices I'd managed, records from service calls, secondary contacts, automatic moves. A marked calendar covering years. He gazed at the display without words. "I believed," he eventually said. "I know," I replied softly. "You believed everything simply operated." He dropped into a seat. "I truly had no idea you were managing all this. That's partly the idea. Unseen effort has a strange issue. If you perform it skillfully enough, people stop accepting it as real." A few moments later, he posed the question that counted. "Why didn't you inform us sooner?" I grinned. "I did." He appeared puzzled. "I brought it up each time I requested someone else learn the codes. Each time I asked my sibling to handle a payment. Each time I proposed we record directions." He glanced toward the kitchen where my children giggled amid soap bubbles. "I suppose we figured you'd always manage it. I figured we'd eventually divide it. Those are quite different figures." The next Saturday we met once more, not for another celebration, just coffee. This time everyone carried notebooks. My mom practiced checking her amounts alone. My dad tried authorizing transfers. My sibling offered to watch regular payments monthly. We even made a common folder with directions so no one person held the full process anymore. The mood felt easier than the birthday meal ever did, not because anyone succeeded. Because everyone at last grasped. Looking back, I don't recall the failed card nearly as strongly as that phrase at the entrance. "Don't turn this into something about yourself." He aimed to keep attention on my mom. I grasp that now, but gratitude isn't about becoming the main focus. Sometimes it's simply noticing the people silently keeping things steady before their lack becomes the sole thing anyone observes. The cake my children prepared was finally enjoyed the following day. My mom said it was her preferred birthday treat in years, not because it appeared flawless, Because this time, everyone at the table grasped the worth of the hands that assisted in creating it.